Yo, what's up, incredible Earthlings? Thank you very much for clicking this video. Respect to yourself, man. It's another beautiful day to spread love out there to the world. You see, here we are all about good vibes, spreading peace, forgiveness, honesty, and lots of love among humans across the whole world. And we do that by reacting together, me and you, to different types of videos, all with the intentions of spreading love and uniting wonderful energies. Straight out of Africa with lots of good vibes. Kindly hit the like button. Tell us where you're watching from and watch till the end. Let's dive in, man. Good vibes.
Look, I'm a man of science, so I find almost all of this impossible to believe, but I'm having a hard time explaining some of the unique things that have happened to me on this journey. I'm a recently retired professor of anthropology, and over the past 6 months, I've made an extraordinary discovery in my travels through the mountains of the West Coast. There is a community of technically advanced individuals that are descendants of a religious cult known as Heaven's Light that was founded at the base of Mount Shasta about 180 years ago. From a journal I discovered, I've come to learn that they are descendants from a race of humans known as the Lemurians, first written about by a woman named Helen Blavatsky in the 1880s. Feel free to Google this, by the way. Also, look up the Theosophical Society. It gets a little weird. So I first discovered these descendants living in a shipping container in the remote area of the Cuyamaca Mountains in Southern California. I spent several months recording them with trail cams. They look as though they are physically evolving into a different species. From the journal, I've come to learn certain members of the cult, who were known as the Cursed, have survived primitively for over 150 years. And I believe that is because something occurred in the tunnels of Mount Shasta that changed them forever. And these are the individuals that I think I found. They may no longer look human, but they seem far more advanced physically and mentally. But the most puzzling thing about this community is understanding their relationship with technology. About a month ago, the shipping container went missing, and I discovered a buried video device left behind full of disturbing images that seem like either memories or a broken record of history.
It's like a series of objects that we've never seen before. We're afraid of a virus spreading into our networks here.
Currently, I'm camped at the base of Mount Shasta, where I hope to get answers to these incredible mysteries.
I don't know what is going on, but it's not good.
Feel free to have a look at the playlists on this profile. They go back months, tracking all of the history and the progress of this journey. And I hope you'll follow along.
Oh my god. Wow. Good people of fun. Please leave your comments.
Is going to blow your mind. What two colors do you see in this shoe? Look below for the answer.
Huh. Which guy did you see? Give your answer.
So apparently Ron Garcia has seen the Ark of the Covenant with the 10 Commandments on it and has proof to show us. Listen to what he about to say.
Real 100%. And we know exactly where it's at.
Where is it?
In the Vatican.
Interesting.
Have I been in the Vatican? Yes, sir. Did they let me in the back room? Of course. Can you give me some validation here? Yes, because everybody thinks I'm lying here. Literally, they let me in the back room. This is what happened. This is how I was able to get into the back room, because everybody always says I'm lying. I was in the Vatican just like anybody else. People started crowding me in the Vatican. One of the security, or I guess one of the higher ups in the Vatican, noticed. I said, I need some help. There's a lot of people crowding me. They let me in the back room. They liked my personality, so they start showing me everything. The robes, the
He's not lying. He's
the
not
jewels.
lying. All right, so here's the proof. We were in Israel in June, and Bibi, one of Bibi's boys, texted me. He said, "Hey, brother, good morning. I spoke with Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. He would like to meet Ryan." Facts right here. Y'all can screenshot it. I don't know if y'all can see
So
it.
here y'all
Screenshot
go,
it. That's
the screenshots
facts.
that they
So
was
for all y'all
talking
saying
about,
he's
y'all can
crazy for
screenshot
that,
and read
this
it.
actually happened.
So now if the Ark of the Covenant is real, that means the Ten Commandments are real. And now I remember what Ron Garcia said when he first started coming out saying all this stuff. Is everything that he's saying, he got proof to back it up. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Ron Garcia saying the Ark of the Covenant in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Yeah, it's definitely getting biblical out here.
Oh, please watch to the end, man. Good
Cat
vibes all
rats.
the way.
These glassy feline rodent hybrids belong to a multi-generational colony residing in the Walnut Street Post Office in Corning, New York. Approximately 80 of these adaptable creatures have made their home among the stacks of mail and parcels that pass through the building each day. Cat rats are social animals and spend their days playing, eating, and lounging alongside post office employees during normal operating hours. As cat rats show no interest in hunting mice, their diet primarily consists of food provided to them by workers, local shelters, and Corning residents. However, at night the colony has been observed leaving the post office to disappear into the surrounding area. As evidenced by found remains, it appears as though cat rats use the cover of night to stalk and hunt the local coyote population purely for sport. This particular USPS location has one of the highest employee retention rates in the country. Hygiene is an issue that is reportedly being addressed. This has been a public service announcement from the Ministry of Latent Places.
Oh my god. Didn't know about those ones. Look at this, man. This looks like some perfectly caved in cave in some place there. Looks like some island cave or something like that. Oh, this is beautiful, man. You see, there are some places on this earth that exist that just look fantastic. Like that place, you see? And some artifact here. Look at this one now. Good people of Earth, what does this look like here to you? Some compass or what are this stuff? Oh my god, these are creepy stuff with some drawings there that also look creepy. Please leave your comments of what you think about this. You see, look at that shaft, the shape there with some head that looks like those of aliens you have been seeing here. What is this stuff now? Where did these people get this thing? You see, this is crazy. Good people of Earth, please hit the like button if you have watched up to this part. You see, and if it's your first time here, much welcome. You are loved and respected. Please join us, be our subscriber, and lots of love is what we do here, spreading love across the whole world. And also seeing stuff like this that sometimes challenge people's mind of what they might be. But see, when we are together here, you can leave some comments there, and maybe we can find out what this is if we combine 1 plus 2, and who knows, you see, because this stuff looks very creepy. It does not look modern in any way, you see. If it at least it was modern technology, it could have, you see, those just, you know how modern technology stuff look like. This one looks like some stone, some, what is that thing?
Do you notice how this giant magnet creates a spinning vortex of plasma from this spark gap? Strange. It almost resembles a star, like Polaris over a magnet mountain. Weird. What a strange coincidence. The vortex of the magnet creates the spin.
Weird. That's very weird.
The size of mine, dug that up, set it on top of the surface of the sand along with the femur bone, and these are pictures that you'll get to see, and took pictures of it, and then put it right back where I found it because I felt really creepy picking something up like that, and sent GPS notes and everything to the local archaeologist in this area, and this was down in the Mexico area, and it's something that feels really good to find, but it was also something that I really didn't want to unearth.
So what you told me that made me interested was the size of it. Tell me the size.
Well, the jawbone was probably 3 times the size of my own jaw, and you know, I thought I had a pretty wide jaw because I talk a lot, but this was actually a big jawbone, and
so this would be kind of considered maybe to a giant?
I know nothing about giants, but I know this was bigger than any normal human being that I'd ever seen. Dug that up, set it on.
Oh my god. That's creepy, man.
Let's put this right here. Oh, look at these little guys. It's a little mom and her babies. Alright, I'm gonna let them go back under their tent.
Ah, must be the sound.
Look at that little guy. Hey, buddy.
Oh, God. Look at that rat.
Holy cow, that's a big boy. Should I try to catch it?
Canebrake food. Look, God!
Oh, I marbled. Yeah.
Well, that barn could
Big ol'
have one. That's why I want to check it out.
Little tiny mouse.
Listen.
Nice. Big old rat. Holy cow. Oh, look at all these little guys. Hey, guys. The whole family. A big old rat. There's a toad. Hey, buddy.
Oh, hey, that's some interesting hobby there.
This 1775 Bible shows that March is actually the first month of the year, and Sunday, yes, you heard right, is the first day of the week. Take a look.
And so this right here is the Bible from 1775 telling us at the time that we used to have 13 months.
The first month of the year is March! Look at all the way to the end, guys. There's 13 months. 13 months.
First day of the week, Sunday. Second day, Monday. Look at that. Seventh day or Sabbath, Saturday. This is the proof right here.
I've always been a curious soul, but not in the way you'd expect from scholars or historians. My explorations take place from the comfort of my own home, often late into the night, guided by the soft glow of my laptop screen. This is how I ended up watching a video by Mark Pyers on his channel Mark Inspires. What I discovered there sent me straight down a rabbit hole. Mark presented an old Bible from 1775, and it wasn't the antiquity of the book that caught my attention, it was the content. According to this Bible, the first month of the year is March, and each week begins on a Sunday. I paused the video. Sunday as the first day? March as the first month? That's not what any calendar I've ever hung on my wall has shown. The curiosity in me sparked. I wondered, if what I was looking at was true, why did everything change? Who decided to flip the script and shift the months around? And why does it feel like we might be out of step with the rhythm that was once so ingrained in our culture that it was worth printing in the good book itself? It was like finding a piece in a puzzle that I didn't know was missing. The more I thought about it, the more questions arose. What if the holidays we celebrate, the ones we've been told were based on ancient traditions, were actually aligned with a different rhythm, one dictated by this forgotten calendar? Take Christmas, for instance, often said to be a rebranding of pagan festivities. If we were following this old system, where would that leave December 25th? Would it hold the same meaning if it didn't coincide with the winter solstice as neatly as it does now? Could this alternative arrangement of time affect not just holidays, but our everyday lives? I'm not an academic with a wall of degrees, but that night, I felt a responsibility to learn more. There was a sense that by understanding the past, by peeling back the layers of changes and adaptations, I might find something essential. Something about how we connect with the universe, with each other, and how we find our place within the cycles that govern our existence. And so, I began a journey, one not through dusty library shelves or ancient ruins, but through the digital realm of information, armed with a newfound determination. I was ready to see where this old Bible's tale would lead me and what it might reveal about the world we think we know so well. Discovering that Sunday might actually be the starting point of the week necessitates a serious reconsideration of cultural and religious norms. It presents the startling idea that the day we traditionally dedicate to rest and religious observance could indeed be Saturday. Such a perspective carries weighty implications for contemporary religious customs, hinting that widespread practices might not align with this historical viewpoint. Astrologically, the impact of such a shift cannot be understated. Each day's energies are traditionally tied to a celestial body, which, according to astrological systems, can influence human affairs. Misalignment between our constructed week and this celestial ordering might disrupt the intended flow of cosmic energies into daily life. for adherents of astrology. This calls into question the very foundation of their practice, suggesting a need for a thorough reassessment of how days and their corresponding planetary energies are observed and honored. This raises the fundamental question: who was it that altered the configuration of our week, thereby altering the fabric of our
There's a lot of questions about that, man.
This doctor will explain to you step by step how to activate the third eye, proving through science that it is real and not a myth. He'll discuss how to move the cerebrospinal fluid and more. This video answers many questions, so buckle up and let's dive in.
In your brain, there are fluid-filled ventricles, cavities. At the center of your brain, at the same location of your third eye, your brow center, there is a cavity called the third ventricle. The third ventricle is a midline space. Its boundaries are the pituitary gland in front, the pineal gland in back, and the thalamus and the hypothalamus on the sides. The space between these structures has been called the crystal palace by Taoists, or the cave of Brahma in some Hindu yogic traditions. This space is filled with fluid, the cerebrospinal fluid.
What Dr. Mauro Zapatera just mentioned is an essential component of the human body known as CSF, or cerebrospinal fluid. This remarkable fluid plays a crucial role in the functioning of our nervous system. Let's delve deeper into what cerebrospinal fluid is and its importance. The cerebrospinal fluid is a clear, colorless liquid that serves as a protective and nourishing agent for both the brain and the spinal cord. Residing within the brain's ventricles, which can be visualized as cavities shown here in this model, it plays a vital role in cushioning these critical areas. This fluid extends beyond just the internal aspects. It also envelops the brain's external surface, providing an additional layer of protection. Its journey doesn't end there. Cerebrospinal fluid continues its path down the spinal cord, flowing through the central canal and bathing the external surface of the spinal cord as well. This continuous flow ensures that the brain and spinal cord are consistently surrounded by this protective fluid. Interestingly, the human body contains about 150 milliliters of cerebrospinal fluid at any given time. This fluid isn't stagnant. It's continuously replenished, undergoing a complete turnover approximately 3 to 4 times daily. This equates to the body producing between 450 to 600 milliliters of cerebrospinal fluid each day. In simpler terms, every day, our bodies generate about half a liter of this essential fluid, highlighting its significance in maintaining the health and functionality of our central nervous system. Now, let's return to Dr. Mauro Zapatera's presentation. As we continue, everything will start to come together, offering a clearer understanding of the third eye and the pineal gland and their intricate workings.
So, what you see here is a sagittal or side view of an MRI of an adult human. The cerebrospinal fluid is colored in red. From this image, you can see how it bathes the entire outside of the brain, as well as the spaces inside and the entire outside of the spinal cord. Our central nervous system is floating in and being bathed by CSF. Interestingly, the spinal cord ends at about lumbar vertebra 2, but the CSF goes all the way down into the sacrum.
So, it's important to know that the human central nervous system is remarkably suspended in a column of fluid. While the brain's actual mass ranges from 1,400 to 1,500 grams, its effective weight, when immersed in cerebrospinal fluid, is significantly reduced to around 25 to 50 grams. This illustrates that the entire central nervous system essentially floats within this fluid. There exists a central column of fluid aligned with our body's midline structure, providing this unique suspension and support.
So, where does this fluid come from? Well, that little black spot in the middle of that image is you. This was you as an embryo. You can see above that the amniotic fluid. Below that you can see the yolk sac, and all around it you can see the chorionic fluid. Look at how you are essentially developing surrounded by fluid, enclosed in fluid, and totally supported by fluid. You are organized and created with fluid.
So, where does the cerebrospinal fluid originate? Interestingly, it is derived from amniotic fluid through a process known as neurulation. Initially, in the embryonic stage, we start as a simple sheet of cells, as depicted in the image. Within this sheet, there's a specific area called the neural plate, which is a group of cells that undergo a process of invagination and neurulation. During this process, the neural plate folds inward, creating what are known as the neural grooves and neural folds. These folds eventually merge together. Surrounding the neural plate is the amniotic fluid, which plays a crucial role in this developmental phase. As the neural plate undergoes invagination, with the folds rising and eventually fusing, the central area transforms. This central area, which was once part of the external amniotic fluid, gradually becomes what we know as cerebrospinal fluid. Thus, cerebrospinal fluid actually originates from the amniotic fluid during our embryological development. It's a fascinating concept. Our brain and spinal cord are not just organized around fluid, but are also initially bathed in it, emphasizing the fluid's integral role from the very beginning of our development.
Initially, your embryonic brain is a hollow, fluid-filled vesicle with cerebrospinal fluid on the inside of the tube and amniotic fluid on the outside of the tube. As you develop, the brain and spinal cord enlarge and differentiate, and cerebrospinal fluid continues to bathe the inside and outside of your entire central nervous system.
So,
that's interesting, man. I didn't know that.
Scientists now know why moths are attracted to light. And no, it's not because they think it's the sun. The truth is actually really kind of sad. This was done by filming bugs with slow motion cameras around lights to see what their flight pattern looked like, to try to glean insight into why are they doing this behavior. One of the key things that was noticed was the bugs never fly into the light, like as if they're flying toward the sun. They always fly around it. They orbit around it. Now that may be over the top or around it, but they do it in a very specific way. Insects will always fly around a light source so that their back is facing toward it. That means if they go over the top of it, they will invert themselves and point upside down with their wings pointed toward the light. Even if they come in right side up, they will flip upside down. This is what's known as a dorsal light response, and it's actually known to exist in other animals too, such as fish. Insects have a weird and unique problem. Gravity isn't really that much of a deal to them. For an insect, the viscosity of the air and surface tension are forces that are orders of magnitude more significant and powerful to them than gravity. So a problem for an insect is, how do I tell up from down when gravity makes so little of a difference? Well, there's one thing that's pretty consistently up, and that is the sun. So this dorsal light reflex is a way for the animal to just sort of instinctually orientate itself so that its back is pointed up toward the sun. This is why the insects orbit around the light bulb in that way, and it's why they'll even do it upside down. They instinctually flip themselves over without having any clue what's going on to activate that reflex. And this is why it's sad. The insects really, they're sucked in and they stay there because according to the insect, it's just trying to fly in a straight line, but its reflex keeps orientating it so it keeps rotating it around that light bulb. The reason you see a bajillion insects circulating around a light pole is not because from far and wide they all flew straight toward the light because they saw it from a distance. What really happens is completely by accident, as any insect flies near it, they get sucked in toward it because of that reflex and they get stuck there.
I have a question for Muslims about David and Solomon. According to the Quran, there are prophets that were blessed with great wisdom. But what is the name of their kingdom and what language were they speaking? The Quran explicitly says that they were kings. وَشَدَدْنَا مُلْكَهُ جَعَلْنَاكَ خَلِيفَةً فِي الْأَرْضِ. The Quran says that David was a warrior that was making armors. The Quran explicitly says that David was fighting Goliath, Jalut, and got a kingdom. Which raises another question. How come David, which is a Muslim prophet according to your narrative, is fighting the Philistines, which now we are told are the Palestinians? Not to mention the Zabur, the book of Psalms, which if you read, it doesn't make your case any better. So yeah, David and Solomon were the kings of Israel, and they were speaking Hebrew. Like, share, and follow for more.
Doesn't matter what language you speak. We are people,
Now,
man.
I don't know about you, but I don't remember learning about Auguste Piccard in history class. This guy was attaching metal steel balls to hydrogen balloons and seeing how high he could go in the sky. Literally. Super odd. He seemed to be a big influence on science and our history, but again, we don't really hear about him much. Maybe it's because he's a flat earther. As the first man to reach the stratosphere, he said, "It seemed a flat disc with an upturned edge." Obviously, that quote right there should tell you that's why you're not hearing about him anymore. This guy was a flat earther. Anybody that's a flat earther is not allowed to be in the public eye. But you know what they do in the public eye? Tell us the truth. This is an artist rendition of what Auguste Piccard was doing when he went into the stratosphere, towards the firmament. And what I'm about to show you is a Hennessy commercial that was produced and posted for all of the public to see. This is called Revelation of Method. This is them showing you the truth to your face and then nobody saying anything to NASA and having any problem with it. And just to get your mind in the right frame of reference here, before I play this clip of this commercial showing everybody the truth, this is what biblical cosmology looks like. There's a firmament here holding waters above, hence why the sky might be blue. And here's a bunch of our other ancestors' drawings of what they thought the shape of the earth was. You'll see it happens over and over, the shape of the dome. But after you see this clip, let me know in the comments if you think that they're showing us the truth and everybody's just not realizing it. And if you want to know more of my thoughts, check out my link tree in my bio. I've got a podcast where I talk for 2 hours about things that I can't talk about here, but enjoy this commercial.
Oh my god. Please leave your thoughts on that.
Oh my god. I cannot believe I'm getting this on video. Bitch. I told you. I ain't about to release this shit though. I'm not trying to have somebody follow me. Bro, what in the hell?
Oh my god. Good people of Earth. Thank you very much for watching up to this far, man. Lots of love and respect to yourself. You see, there is all those videos that has passed, and I'd like you to leave a comment about them. You see, all those videos. And big up to all those guys that have been there in the comment section, hitting the like button. Lots of love to yourself. You see, there was some episode there I'd said I'll mention a few guys, and today I came with a good list, you see. And big up to these guys here. And if you don't hear your name, you see, you are also big up and loved, and lots of love to yourself. Leave some comments. And here comes the list. The first person is at JT. Much love to yourself, man. That guy is a musician doing some music there. Much love. And at Gina, DMC, at Roy Dean Mayer. That one is from Africa also. Much love. Respect, man. at Reda Sonke, all those guys, at Luna Kinda, aka Josephine. Much love to yourself, man. At Base Master, just that I don't know what he does, I think something is base, but much love to yourself. At A1, Day One, oh, those guys, you're loved and respected. You see, it's a big list. Let me continue. At Aaron Hartan, that one has been a regular there, always with Josie. Much love to you guys. You see, may God always reward you incredibly, and the universe bring good vibes to yourself. Even at people like at Crystal Singh, at Ray, aka as sexy as me. Who see that name? Spirit mention it, but anyways, good vibes. At Feral Snap, at Don Kill. Don't kid. You see, if you read that name together, it can sound like it's not good vibes or you're calling an animal, but it's at don't kill. Much love to yourself. Even to at minimalist, all those people, among others, you're loved and respected. You see, your support means the world to us, and that gesture of always hitting the like button and leaving some comment is very motivating. You see, there was also some guys asking about my name there. And you see, I've never thought about the name, because what I think matters is the message of love, peace, forgiveness, and good vibes. You see, and if you have a good name for me there, you can leave a suggestion. After all, it doesn't matter what name I use. You see, leave some suggestion of what name you'd want me to be using. Much love to yourself, man. Good vibes.